We're back to Game of Drones by Historic Wings and Thomas Van Hare and Big Mac Joe Mcdonald. I'm going to show a playthrough of continuing on in July. Had an interesting end of last, hopefully you can see this, my scribble. At the end of day 4, I was doing well. However, I lost a Baba Yaga, which was kind of huge. And I ran out of FPVs by the end of the second week. So we're over here, and I still had a couple of more weeks. I still had targets showing up that I kind of had to take out. So I ended up getting quite a few more targets, but I only had one classic left. So that was interesting, and it performed very well for me. Now, at the end of that was day 4, and typically I haven't gone past day 4 on these rotasias or rotations, I guess. However, this one continued into day 5, which is July 13th. But having only one, I still had 2 recon drones, but only one classic left, I decided to do an exfil with my sapper and driver. And essentially what that is, where's my pencil? Where's my pointer? Here we go. Essentially what that is they left the bunker at night after day 4. The night of day 4 went up. They had to survive any kind of mistakes that were made and essentially random events. And they had to go back to the vehicle where I had plenty of other drones because because my vehicle was an updated Mitsubishi with 80 carrying points. They did that successfully. They got another load, and I didn't take every drone. I took enough to get back so that everything back in my bunker, because I figure this Rhodosia will probably be ending after this day. Well, it could be. And I wanted to have enough that I wouldn't go over the 40 carrying points. I didn't want to, in other words, when I leave here permanently, I didn't want to leave anything behind. So I'm basically set that if I had to pull out, somebody gets injured, or it's the end of the rotation, we can go back and carry everything out. So anyways, we're starting back in July. It is July, it's Saturday, it's the 13th, and let's see what happens. July is a little bit different than June, how things get tasked, and I kind of getting used to that. It is a little bit different, but let's just go through what we need to do. So basically, we're back morning, the 5th day in this bunker, and we're going to roll on the daily tasking tables. It is Saturday for July. So 2d6, and we got a 3, which is armor. So we could have some nice juicy targets in there. And essentially the armor targets are these ones marked A. There should be 4 of them. Oh, this was July 20th. This is not active yet. The Russians haven't made it into that area yet. So I think this one, the A's, so that guy, one over here, real close, one down on my southern sector. So there's just 3. This one, these 2 up here aren't active until July 20th. So that's where Brigade's going to be, those areas, Brigade's going to be assigning us targets primarily. And of course, we can recon our own. So after that, let's check the weather for the day. I rolled a 5. It's lower than typical. Rain. No drones may fly. That's interesting. I've not had bad weather like that. So anyways, we take our current weather. It is rain. It's good for hiding us, but bad for drones. And then we roll it again to see what the forecast is. The forecast, I rolled an 11, which is clear. So the forecasted weather is clear. So the trend's going to be moving that way, but the weather is going to be rain, which we can't fly in, high winds, which we can't fly in, and then once we get into clouds, we're good. So we have to get some good die rolls, and if we go the other way, we get into heavy rain and possibly thunderstorms. So this may be a short day. We might be hunkered down in the bunker. All right, so after daily tasking, after weather, let's see if we get any morning handoffs. If we roll a D6 and it's a 6, they hand us off something. And they did not. So that's where we're at. We can jump right into this. We can have our morning pep talk, and I mentioned this in another video, hopefully, I believe. Anyway, so we made coffee in a bunker. It's raining, not much going on. I'm gonna expend 2 Moxie, and the morale will go up. It went down from a 10 to a 9 at the end of the 4th day. So now we're back up to full morale there. And so that was morning coffee pep talk. We don't roll for weather progression because we just rolled that it's rain. Every other session, we will. Okay, but we do have to roll for mistakes were made and then see if the Russians spot us. Of course, we can't fly. So let's see, mistakes made. No, real close. And then for spotting, and the weather is going to conceal us here really nice. It's a +3. Oh, I rolled a 3. That's not so good. That's really low. I think we're going to be okay, but let's see. Rolled a 3, so we're a +3 for weather. The bunker is a +1. That's a +4. Our camo is a 4. It's 8, 9, 10, 11. We just made it, I think, July. Yeah, 8+, no Russian. Yeah. Yeah, wow, that was good. So we're safe. Okay, so essentially we're hunkered down. This early part, it's raining. We'll bring the time marker back down to here. We'll see how the weather progresses. And I rolled a 3, which means there's no change. We still got rain, okay? However, we got to roll for mistakes made and any. No, and let's roll for spotting again. Again, it was the same roll. I was really lucky. No spotting. That was late morning. Let's go into the afternoon hours now. And let's roll for weather progression. I rolled a 5. That does. It moves toward the forecast. So now we move into high winds. It's a +4 modifier, but high winds, we still cannot fly. So let's roll for mistakes being made by us. No. And let's roll for any kind of spotting. No. Wow, so we're not... I'm not 100% sure, but I believe in each of these segments, I should have been probably rolling to see if Brigade gives us any tasking through these areas. Not that we could engage them, but I believe I should have done that. So before I progress to this next, I'm going to just roll to see in July. Brigade and higher ups are going to recon for us and show us what we need to take out if anything shows up in one of these red areas. So I'm going to assign these, and there are 2 times they do that each session. So I think I should have been doing it. So I can do this 3 times. So let's see, let's go 2, 4, 6. And I rolled a 1, so there's a possibility up here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 down here. So the top and the bottom one, and the target is an A, and my A targets are probably, it's a -1 in July, and it's 2 or less, so a 1, 2, 3 gives me targets. 1, 2, 3 on the top. No. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Yes, so there is something showed up down here. Not up there. And what showed up under armor? It's a D60. Oh. It's a D66. There's my armored targets. Oh, D36, sorry. It is a Oh, it's a 36. No targets. Okay, interesting. All right, so that was the first. Now let's go back up to here, and let's roll for targets again, since I believe I forgot that. And 2 of those 3, there will be something. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 2, the top one again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. So the first 2. So let's roll for this guy. A 1, 2, 3. Yes. And a 1, 2, 3 here. No. So something again, and that's in the rail yard. Let's see if something appears. Here's my possible targets. Again, a D36. And again, I rolled a, again, I rolled a 36. So nothing, okay? Now we're down here. We're getting caught up. Roll for targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brigade says, check. They're going to check that area, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The bottom area, the top 2. So let's see if they find something up there. And it's a 1, 2, 3. Yes. And down here, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So there's possibility of targets in both the top and bottom areas. The top area, another D36. A 26. A 26, it's 2 BMPs, 2 MTLBs. I've got those right here. That's a big grouping. Unfortunately, we can't engage them. 2 MTLBs, and I believe a BTR 80. And 2 motorcycle, 2 infantry. That's a big stack of units. That's a nice, juicy target for artillery if we could fly. And I'd say 2 motorcycle and 2 infantry teams. Okay, that's that. Yeah, that's a nice target for artillery if I could get clear weather on this last segment of the day. And now let's see what we got on the bottom here. Oh, an 11, a meat assault. Oh boy, we got some armor up there, down here. Yeah, we got a T-64 shed and a T-90. Yikes. So 3 MTLBs and 2 infantry teams. And I don't know, here we go. 1, 2, 3 of these MTLBs. And 2, hopefully I have enough infantry. If not, you're supposed to re-roll. I do. Okay, so 2 big stacks, 2 nice artillery stacks, heavy armor down south. So those guys are there. Now essentially I'm caught up where I was before, so we'll go into the next, and let's hope the weather changes. Let's hope this weather changes so I can get some, take a stab at them. That's not destroyed. I'll flip those guys over. Let's roll for weather. I rolled a 2. 2 moves to the right. That moves me into clouds. So we can fly. Moves me into clouds. Let's roll for mistakes made. And let's roll for if we're spotted by any of these Russians out there. And we are not. Okay, now we got some, wow, interesting things going on here. And plus the fact that every time you move to one of these other time segments, and now we're getting toward the evening here, you still roll. You can have, unlike playing in June, in July, you can have multiple. So this could be interesting. Let's roll to see if Brigade has any more targets for us here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back up here, we got to check for more targets. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 1, so up here. So let's check for targets up there. D36. And I rolled a 25. And a 25 is, oh man, we're not going to have it. Yeah, we don't have enough forces. If you run out of game counters for specific, re-roll those results. So that's, I don't know if I have enough counters because we use 2 big stacks. Let me try it one more time. And I rolled a 23. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough forces, I don't believe. Nope. I'm gonna hold off rolling any more. Let's, for up here, let's see what we get down here. I'll just give it a shot. It's gonna be essentially the same. Oh, 15, a T80, a T64, 2 BMPs. No, we just don't have enough. Don't have enough counters. I'm gonna leave those 2 big stacks on there and call it a day. That gives us plenty to do. So now we got a decision to make here. What are we gonna do first? I've got my drones, but we've got a heck of a lot of targets out here. We only have 1 time segment left. It's evening, only 1 chance of artillery. I think I gotta find a stack that has at least 200 points. Oops. And what I mean by that is there's a modifier if you have 200 points. And this gives it to me. You get a modifier for artillery to see if it comes in. So I'm gonna go, this one definitely does. And this one, it's good targets, but yeah, I'm gonna go for the heavy armor down south. That would be more. Both are super critical. I think I'm gonna be handing over a lot of targets to the night folks coming up. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend 2 time segments. I'm gonna launch a MAV to here, and I'm gonna attempt artillery. That's not destroyed yet. And if you look what I mean here, a T90 alone, this T90 is worth 100. So that's huge. So we're gonna try for artillery. And the modifier for that, it's a good one. Artillery, it's +2 because it's July, but we have, if more than 200, it's a +3. So we're essentially a +5. Let's see what we roll here. As I drop my die. +5. I rolled a 9. I rolled a 4 there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use 2 Moxie. I'm gonna use 2 Moxie to re-roll to convince the brigade, hey look, we got huge targets. Get me artillery and see what, again, another +5. An 11. Well, 11 just barely gets me a single battery fire. I think this is worthwhile to throw in my +2 using Dice Blessing. I'm sorry, I always get those mixed up. Burn dice, and I get to add 2, so it's gonna be 11 +2, make it a 13. That's heavy battery fire. 8 to 12, the units are destroyed. So how I'm gonna do it is 8 to 12. Eight to 12 for the big tank. Nope. The MTLB, yes, destroyed. Another MTLB, nope. The T64 shed, yes, The MTLB, yes. Okay, getting some results. The motorcycle infantry, yes. And the regular infantry team, no. All right, so we took out almost half destroyed. And I mark that I used artillery up here. Let's see if my drone makes it back. And it does. So now we know we've got targets in there. That T90 would be very juicy and really hard to take out. But I would love to take him out. And so what I'm going to do, and it's a -1 on EW down here. That's not too bad. Way better than the +6 that's up here. So, but it is further. So it's a -1. I'm going to do this. I'm going to send a MAV to here. That's on the 2. That moves this to 2. I'm going to move it 1 more because I'm going to use my Baba Yaga that I brought back. I'm going to use it in the 2. I'm going to use it in the 2 bomb configuration. The Baba Yaga, you can configure it for 4 classic bombs, okay? Or I'm sorry, here's their bombs. Or you can have 2 of the Big Mac XLs, which are going to give me a better chance to try to take out that T90. Not a lot, but it's going to be risky. But anyways, so now he has to survive the EW, and that's this chart. For the Russians, it's a, oh boy, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's a -1. So they're going to add 5 to a D2. They're at 12. They're on this column. And my guys, it's a Baba Yaga, so it's a +3 automatically. Plus my EW is a 7, so that's 10. Plus my skill of my navigator is a 6. 16 plus 16. Oops, let's roll it. 16, 17. 22. Yes, makes it. It is safe, so we get to attack. For one of my, I am going to go for the T90 with my, it's a 14. I need to roll 14 on a D20. I rolled 14. I don't believe that. Outstanding. Usually I don't have that kind of luck. Took out the T90 with one of them. That's big points. I think I said, what, 100? And for my next bomb, I'm going to take out one of the MTLBs. And an MTLB with the big is a 5. Oh, I forgot to subtract 1 too for the having the recon. So a 4 or better. And what did I roll? A 9. Got him. So got another target. Oh, not the infantry. This guy. Really, really good job, guys. So infantry's left down here. We decimated that area. Now the Baba Yaga returning. Makes it back. And the MAV making it back. He does. So my drones make it back. My next time segments, I just don't like that 6 there. 6, 7, 8. That's going to be a +9. I mean, I'm forced to attack these. I get it. So the infantry's still valid down here. An infantry team, I could take them out with an FPV or, again, the Big Macs again. I'm going to send a MAV with a repeater. With an airborne repeater down to here. And I'm going to send one of my FPVs. I'll exchange that 5 for these individual ones and one of those guys. And again, it's a -1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1 is a 5, so the Russians add 5. a total of 12. They're back on this column. And I am, the FPV is a -1, but because of the repeater and my EW, that's a 10. -1 is 9. Plus 6 is 15. The 6 was for my navigator skill. 15. Oh, easily. 25. Yeah, that's way down here. Yep, I'm safe. So we get to attack that infantry unit with an FPV. And infantry, just way down here, FPV is an 8 -1, it's a 7. We have to roll a 7 or higher. I rolled a 2. We didn't make it. The FPV was lost. Didn't take out the target. Let's see if my math makes it back. It does. So we're kind of running out of daylight. I'm going to stay on the infantry. I'm going to do 2 more time segments. Could have used my dice blessing to re-roll, I suppose. 2 more time segments. I'll send my MAV with a repeater. I will send another wait a minute. I'm going to send a MAV unit. I don't need a repeater because I'm going to send, I'll expend 1 more time segment and send my Big Mac down. Nope. My Baba Yaga, there it is. I brought him back. He's going to come down. He's going to have it be configured for the 2 bombs, the 2 Big Mac bombs. So again, the Russians are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +5. The Russians are a +5, 21. That was better this time for them. They're on the 21 column, way up here, not good. But my Baba Yaga is a +3, plus the 7, that's a +10, plus the Navigator 6, that's a +16. I'm going to use +1 per 6 cents. I'm going to throw in 3 of them. 3 pilot, 3 6 cents. That's a +19. 22. Wow, that was not good at all. I'm glad I did that because it has to A&R. I rolled a 3. 19 plus 3. 22, they have to A&R. That was silly. I almost lost that drone. All right, so the Baba Yaga A&R, and then my MAV, yes, they make it back. That was dicey. My infantry team survives. Getting down to the wire, I could make 1 more Baba Yaga attack, or I could, yeah. I'm going to do it. I'm going to expend 3, and 2 of those will be getting my MAV back down to here, and the Baba Yaga again configured with the 2, and the Russians add 5, and an 11 that time. That's not great. That's way down here, and my Baba Yaga was a 3 plus the 7's a 10 plus a 16. Add 16. 23 total. 23 is down here. They're safe. Okay, so he gets to attack that infantry. And again, infantry is down here. With the Big Mac XLs are 6, but because of the recon, you subtract 1, it's a 5. I get 2 chances, 5 or better. Yes. All right. Infantry's gone. Let's roll for the safe return of the Baba Yaga. Yes, and the MAV drone back. Yes. So they make it back. I'm basically out of daylight. I've got a whole pile of targets to add up. That was very good. It ends, most likely going to end my Well, it's a 50-50 chance of ending the deployment. And these targets will be handed off to the night folks, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.